Hello, Augustana. One of the things that Pastor Torgerson and I have really enjoyed doing together as your worship leaders at Augustana is to both lead and sing with you Holden Evening Prayer. And Megan and I thought it would be a meaningful thing for us to do one last time as she concludes her ministry here at Augustana, and as we send her off with our good wishes, our thanks and praise to her new call at Easter Lutheran Church. Leading worship is an important part of being a pastor, and it's something that I have treasured with Megan and something that we've been able to do together for these last 11 and a half years. And Holden holds a special place in the hearts of the folks at Augustana, I know, and as it does for lots of communities, and so we wanted to share a little bit of Holden with you one last time.
So we're not going to sing the whole thing, not because we don't love all of Holden, but because we wanted to be able to focus in on some of the pieces and the ways they inspire us, and a reminder that music can also be devotional, that these melodies and these words can also speak to our hearts and to our faith. And so we hope that you, as you hear a couple of these pieces that we're going to sing for you from Holden, we hope that they speak to your hearts as well, and that they give you the encouragement and support and the love and care that you need to live your faith today. So let's talk about the first piece that we're going to sing.
Yes, the hymn?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we sang the hymn today, it was just fun to sing again because it seems like it's been months, because it has been months since we've had a chance to sing in the sanctuary. But as I was singing through the text of the evening hymn, the very first line really leapt off the page for me. Joyous light of heavenly glory, loving glow of God's own face, you who sing creation's story, shine on every land and race. As we continue to grapple with what it means to be people of God in a world with barriers and divisions, this was a really strong reminder to me that God is the God of all creation, of every land, of every race, and I get to be part of that. And it was meaningful for me to sing those words today, as well as it was to sing this whole hymn.
One of the things that I was thinking about while we were singing it is, we were standing up in front of the church, socially distanced, and I had to shift at one point to keep the sun from shining in my eyes, because you might remember when we used to worship in the sanctuary? Sometimes, depending on where the sun was, it comes through the windows and gets you right in the face as you're leading worship. And it threatened to do that to me as Mark and I were singing, which reminded me that usually when we sing this, it's in the evening. It's Holden Evening Prayer, right? And most of the time, a lot of the worship that we do is in the morning. So there's a lot of songs and liturgy that has a lot to do with kind of greeting God in the morning and starting day with worship. One thing that's really unique about Holden Evening Prayer is it's a prayer for the close of the day. It's a way to kind of give to God everything that's happened in the day and to prepare your heart for rest, prepare your heart for sleep. So it's also really beautiful words when you think about kind of the peace and the rest that you hope on your heart. Now as evening falls around us, we shall raise our songs to you, God of daybreak, God of shadows. What a beautiful imagery, just to think about giving all things to God no matter how the day has been. Well, let's let people hear us sing this portion of Holden.
Sounds good.
Hope you enjoy.
The light no darkness can overcome.
Stay with us now, for it is evening,
And the day is almost over.
Let your light scatter the darkness,
And shine within your people here. Joyous light of heavenly glory, loving glow of God's own face, you who sing creation's story, shine on every land and race.
The next part that we are going to sing you from Holden Evening Prayer is the Annunciation and Magnificat. It comes in the middle of the service, and the text from this song comes from Luke chapter 1. Annunciation means when the angel Gabriel tells Mary that she is pregnant and is going to have Jesus. The Magnificat is the song that Mary sings after she visits with her cousin Elizabeth and realizes all the wonderful things that God is doing in the world, the way that God is turning the world upside down and getting it ready for the arrival of Jesus. So they're really beautiful and powerful words.
And the tune is wonderful as well, combined with those words. A very personal memory for me was the first time that Megan and I actually stood at the altar and sang these two pieces together as the duet. Was when Megan was pregnant for the first time with her daughter Fiona, and it was a very joyous event in her life and her husband's life, and it was just a cool thing to be standing next to Megan, knowing that many people had prayed about this gift to her, and thinking about the gift that God gives to us and gave to Mary and announced it to Mary. The angel did, the angel Gabriel, the gift of the Son Jesus Christ, the light of the world, the one who gathers us, the one who calms us. And it was just a moment of personal joy and gratitude for that gift that was coming to Megan and her husband Chris and their beautiful daughter Fiona.
Yeah, actually, I got to sing these songs twice while I was actually pregnant. Once I was more largely pregnant than the next time, and it's a little harder to sing when you've got someone else occupying space. Little harder to get that good breath support.
I'll have to take your word for it.
But it was really special to be able to kind of share that feeling with Mary too, to kind of know this promise that was coming to be. I know too that for a lot of folks, one of the things that I hear many comments on, and possibly Mark too, is that I don't know, it's kind of fun for us to be able to sing harmony on that passage. It's fun to sing together. We have enjoyed singing it together, and it's been really cool to hear that you all feel the same way, because it's a really beautiful piece of music, and we're glad we get to share it with you. Shall we hear it?
Let's hear it.
Let's sing it.
An angel went from God to a town called Nazareth, to a woman whose name was Mary. The angel said to her, "Rejoice, O highly favored, for God is with you. You shall bear a child, and his name shall be Jesus, the chosen one of God Most High." And Mary said, "I am the servant of my God. I live to do your will." My soul proclaims your greatness, O God, and my spirit rejoices in you. You have looked with love on your servant here,
Wednesdays in Lent can be long days for pastors. We start early in the morning, and we have a service at 11:30 in the morning, followed by lunch, and then we prepare for our Wednesday evening activities with confirmation, teaching Bible study, and oftentimes for us as pastors, by the time we get to the worship service at 7:07, we're feeling tired from the day, and because it's been a long day. But when we get into the sanctuary, when we get up on the altar and we sing through Holden Evening Prayer, the Spirit energizes us, the music lifts us up, the words give us comfort and peace, and by the time we get to the benediction, the last part of Holden, we are, like you, reinvigorated. We're calmed down to close the day, knowing that God will not only continue to bless us, but that God has blessed us throughout that day, and that we are closing the evening with this beautiful ending song of Holden, the Lord. Let us bless our God, praise and thanks to you, and asking God to bless us and keep us as we come to the close of the day. And so we end our gift to you with Holden with this blessing.
One of the things that I really like about it is that we're really used to the Trinitarian formula of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, how we come to understand our God as Trinity, and we use that language. One of the things I like about this piece of music is that it uses really expansive imagery for God and for Jesus and for the Holy Spirit. And I especially love that in this Trinitarian blessing right here at the end, it names God as our Creator, as Christ, the light for our lives, and that the Spirit is the Spirit of love, our guide and path. I love these expansive images for God. I think it helps us always understand God better and grow even more in our relationship with God, to be able to see these many dimensions of who God is for us.
I agree, Megan, and we're grateful that we've had many years to sing this together with you, a community that we love and treasure and cherish, and we hope that you will find both inspiration and devotion as you get a chance to join us in singing Holden Evening Prayer as we close with the benediction. May God bless you and your families, and may God hold you in God's care forevermore.
Let us bless our God.
Praise and thanks to you. May God Creator bless us and keep us. May Christ be ever